Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to How to Train Your Gavin. And today we're simply Gavin a wonderful Christmas time. Okay, my name never fits festive sayings or anything like that, but I feel like simply Gavin a wonderful Christmas time is probably the closest we're ever gonna get. But if anybody knows what Gavin will fit with festive wise, let me know in the comments. I would love to try and figure out how I can make my name more festive. And nothing dirty, please. This is a family friendly video. This vlog is rated PG. It's a wonderfully rainy day today, and I was going to go out and go to the Christmas markets, and I think I still might, because if it's raining it means less people. Not to be antisocial or anything, but the last time I was at the markets was when I was with Jade a couple of weeks back, and it was just so rammed. I could barely see any of the stalls. So if it's raining, I feel like there'll be less people. I mean, I will get a bit wet, but it is what it is. I want to say if there's anything else that I can get there that's going to be really cool. Anyway, why am I talking about that? I haven't even introduced the vlog yet. Hi, this is my kind of festive middle grade reading vlog. I'm doing Can't Believathon the Snow Festival with my Nevermoorians and Frosthearters patrons this week. It's going from December 1st to December 7th, and this is actually December 5th. I've already read 2 books for this vlog, but I just haven't really been able to just sit down, chat, and, you know, actually film this vlog at all, because I did ask my housemate to move out a couple of weeks back, and he moved out on Saturday morning. So a lot of pretty much last week and Saturday was spent moving things. Yeah, yesterday I was just absolutely pooped. I had a few Patreon live shows, movie nights and things like that. We actually watched Christmas with the Cranks last night, and it was so good. I mean, I love Christmas with the Cranks. I've loved it since I was young, and ever since it came out I've been obsessed with it. It's been one of my favourite Christmas films, just of how ridiculous and funny it is. And yeah, we had a blast. It was so fun. But I couldn't do anything else. I couldn't actually sit and like do a vlog or anything like that since. But today I'm feeling all refreshed. It's a brand new week, and I still have like 3 days left of the readathon. But I have read 2 books so far, so I feel like I've done really well. I just haven't vlogged it. So that's what this vlog is for. This is to hold myself accountable and actually update and do all of the vloggy things that I want to do. So I have a few days that I need to pack into this vlog, and that's fine. I love working under pressure. Before I get any further though, I do want to thank today's sponsor, which is Serious Readers. If you're looking for a perfect gift this Christmas, I cannot stress how much I would recommend a series slide from Serious Readers. This is my 3rd time working with Serious Readers, and I pretty much do everything with my Serious slide. We do the dishes together. Right, so I'll wash, you dry. We talk about life together. I absolutely cannot believe what she did. It's absolutely unforgivable. Your coffee's getting cold, by the way. We watch our favourite films together. Oh, this scene always gets me. But of course, the main thing that we do together is read. It has been so detrimental reading with a serious light and taking it to bed with me. Not in that way. But to just lie in bed and enjoy reading without having to worry about straining my eyes to read. I've mentioned this before, but it has helped so much having actual decent lighting whenever I take in the stories that I'm reading for videos like this. Serious Readers offers so much choice on their website too, so I would definitely recommend checking it out. I have it linked down in the description box that you can click on. But I also have a discount code, which is Gavin22, which you can use at checkout. It also offers you free international shipping, and you get a free compact light as well with it. That's worth £150. So you can treat yourself this Christmas with a serious light for yourself, and then why don't you gift your free compact light to a family member or a friend for Christmas? And then that's one huge weight off your shoulders right there, and it's such a worthwhile gift. £150 and you get it for free. Gavin22 at checkout. So you need not look any further for amazing Christmas gift ideas. Serious Readers have you covered. So a huge thank you again to Serious Readers for sponsoring this video. Definitely a great Christmas gift if you're looking for anyone, just saying. So for this vlog I'm trying to read these 3 books, and I might try and dip my fingers into more books. And so I've started with Miraculous, Sweetmakers, The Frost Fair by Natasha Hastings, and I've already read this one. And I also have The Vanderbeekers of 41st Street by Karina and Glaser, and I haven't started this one yet. Actually, I might start it today. And Operation Nativity by Pearson, which I have also read. So I am going to tell you more about these books when I actually sit down and talk about these books. I will have timestamps down below. I will give spoiler-free reviews and things like that and tell you what they're about, so no worries if you haven't read them yet. Hopefully I can hype you up for them. It has been a while since I've sat and read middle grade, and it has been a bit of a struggle this year. It's so much so that I don't have enough books for a top 20 or top 10 middle grade books of 2022. I've done a separate video for my top middle grade books every single year since starting BookTube, and I can't do it this year. I don't have enough. So they're just going to be put in with my top books of 2022 video. So I feel a bit sad about that. I definitely need to step my game up next year and read more middle grade. And Believathon has been helping me a lot. So yes, we are doing the Snow Festival, and there are a few prompts that I have already hit. So there is read a book that reminds you of your favourite Christmas movie. And I'm not gonna lie, Operation Nativity did remind me a little bit of the Christmas Chronicles. So yeah, I definitely ticked that one off already. Read a book that features all letters of the word snow in the title. You know what, I don't think I actually have one that spells snow. So I'm going to have a look for that one. That can be the 4th book I read in this vlog. So I will look for it later. You guys can help me. Read a book that Santa would approve of. I feel like you would approve of the Miraculous, Sweetmakers, the Frost Fair. Pair a book with your favourite festive drink. So I'm going to make a gingerbread latte later. I did already do a gingerbread latte with cream and a little gingerbread man on top. And it turned out disastrously. Absolutely disastrous. Oh my god. And I want to try it again and hopefully not mess it up this time. So you're going to have to see if I actually do that, because I don't know if I will. Treat yourself to something. I'm actually going to go into town today, and I mean, it's really badly pouring down right now. I want to go into Forbidden Planet. I'll treat myself to something small, I promise. I won't go too ridiculous. Watch one of your favourite holiday movies is another one, and we did that last night with my patrons, with Christmas with the Cranks. I loved it. And then there is an optional idea of picking 12 books, like the 12 Days of Christmas, and using a random number generator to build your TBR. And that was recommended by one of my patrons. So I haven't done that because I cannot think of 12 festive middle grades that I could have possibly picked for this video. But I feel like that was like such a cool idea, and it's something that I think I will try and do in the future. It just sounds so good. And that one's optional too, so you don't have to do it for the Can't Believathon Snow Festival round. But yeah, that is essentially what this vlog is going to be. It's going to be a random mishmash, hodgepodge of Christmas festivities, and hopefully get you hyped up for the Christmas period. I did do a Hallmark How to Train Your Gavin Christmas a couple of weeks back, and I feel like this vlog will be probably similar-ish to that one. So yeah, we're gonna see how we get on. Oh, my leg. I should not sit on the floor.
Christmas is coming. Start sending your letters off to Santa. Christmas is coming, yeah. Better be nice if you want your present. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming, yeah. Staying up late looking out the window. Yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Spotting some sleigh rides and some jingle bells. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Christmas is coming. Roasting some chestnuts on the fire. Yeah. Christmas is coming, yeah. Celebration and surprises. Tell all your brothers, sisters, mama and papa too. Ooh, yeah. Tell all your brothers, sisters, and mama and papa too.
Okay, I took the treat yourself prompt for Believathon a little bit too seriously. Do you remember that triple stamps weekend of Waterstones a few weeks back? I had £40 on my Waterstones card, so I did end up getting the exclusive edition of Lore Olympus Volume 3, which is one that I needed, and it's the Waterstones exclusive one, so I thought I might as well get it from there. And I haven't read any of them yet, but I have been getting them, and I've been trying to get the Waterstones one, so I was really glad this was in and that I could use my triple stamps for it. So that's what I got from Waterstones, and I still have another £20 on my Waterstones card. There just wasn't really anything else I fancied in there. And then Forbidden Planet and Travelling Man. Well. This is essentially like Christmas. I was trying to think, should I show a book haul in this video? But I think book hauls are essentially like Christmas. So I did get a few manga. But the mangas I've got, I feel like I can work with projects. I got some good ideas, or at least I think they're good ideas, from some of the mangas that I picked up. I mean, there's a 3 for 2 sale, okay? When there's a 3 for 2 sale, I can't control myself. So I got 7 manga from Forbidden Planet. One of them wasn't in the deal, but that's fine. And then 3 from Travelling Man. These were also in a 3 for 2 sale. Honestly, this manga malarkey is getting expensive. But not just that. So a few weeks ago, I saw that there was going to be a One Piece card game, and it was getting released at the start of December. So I was like, oh, cool. And then as I was in Forbidden Planet just like browsing, I heard a guy ask the guy at the counter, do you have any One Piece starter packs or booster packs or anything like that? And they said, oh, we don't have... Do you mind right now? It's Ash, she's playing with some kind of ball. And the man at Forbidden Planet said the UK only got allocated so many and they sold out very quickly of the booster packs, but they did have starter packs. Ash, why is it every time that I start a film, you start to play? So I did end up picking the 4 starter packs that were available. I have a problem, honestly. I genuinely have a problem. Yeah, there's a Straw Hat Crew starter deck, a Worst Generation starter deck. I have no idea what that means, so I probably shouldn't open it. They said more Lords of the Sea starter deck. Also, I probably shouldn't open it because of spoilers for later down the line. And a Animal Kingdom Pirates starter deck. I don't think I've met the Animal Kingdom Pirates yet, so again, I don't think I should open that one. The man was saying that they were selling out so fast. And so, yeah, they didn't have any booster packs. However, when I went into Travelling Man, I asked, and he said, yes, we have some booster packs. They're limited to 6 per customer. So I picked up 6 of the booster packs. Oh my god, why am I like this? Why am I like this? Why am I like this? Honestly, if that guy at Forbidden Planet hadn't said that they sold out so quickly with the booster packs, I wouldn't have bothered. But because I get FOMO and it's One Piece, I just had to. And I don't even really play card games anymore. I used to collect Pokemon cards way back when I was a kid, but I never, played with them since I was like 10 or something. And now, the One Piece card game, and I don't know who I'm ever going to play them with, but it was One Piece. So you know what? There is a great One Piece community on YouTube. I'm going to have to ask if it's safe to open these. I feel like it should be safe to open the Straw Hat Crew. However, no, it's not. I don't think it is, because I haven't met all of the Straw Hat Pirates yet either. I don't think I can open any of these boxes. I don't know if I should open any of these either. Oh, really? Am I going to have to wait until I catch up? I don't think I can show you all of the manga books that I got just because of the content of them. Some of them are quite explicit, and this is, again, a family-friendly video. So I'm left with 4. That I can probably show you. I got the Haunted Bookstore Gateway to a Parallel Universe Volume 1. Never seen this before. It's apparently about a bookstore that's between the realm of the mortals and the spirit realm. It looks so cute, and this gave me an idea of reading cutesy kind of books, because there's also Frieren, I think it's called. Frieren Beyond Journey's End, which I had my eye on for a while because I love the cover. But this is after the good guys have won the big battle, and it's sort of like, what happens next, you have that huge climax, and what happens to the heroes after that? And so this is kind of that story, but apparently it's really sad too. Also got the first volume of Sailor Moon, because it is possibly one of the books I'm going to be reading for my manga tournament soon. And also Blue Flag, which a lot of people recommended to me. A lot of people said this is something I would really love, and it is LGBTQ+. But it's not as explicit as the other books that I bought today, so I feel like it's okay to show this one. But yeah, that was my cheeky little haul, and I ticked off that prompt for Believathon. So I will tell you about the first book that I read for Believathon. I might as well, it's supposed to be a reading vlog. I currently have a snow falling video on YouTube on because there's no chance there's going to be snow here anytime soon. It has been raining a lot, and it was raining yesterday as well when I was out and about. But yeah, it's just not going to snow. I don't think it snowed last year either. I think it might have snowed in February, but that's a bit too late. Like, I want all of the perfect Christmassy vibes, but this world just ain't delivering. Or at least the place where I live isn't delivering. So it's actually the next day. I was going to update you on the books I've read for this vlog yesterday, but I just got so tired. I don't know what it is, because I have been out and about a lot, you know, ever since being self-employed. I've done videos out and about. I've gone places for specific videos and stuff like that. But actually going out yesterday into the market by myself and saying things, it tired me out. And I don't know if it's because I've worked retail every single Christmas time since I was 18, and just being out and about with people during Christmas time, it drains me. It completely drains me. I mean, it drained me when I worked retail, don't get me wrong. Absolutely did. But this feels like a different kind of drainage. Like, I got home, I was in good spirits, and then I just crashed. I was still in good spirits, but I was just tired. I was just so tired. So I decided to give you a bit of an update this morning instead. Woke up absolutely freezing this morning. I woke up freezing every morning. I'm going to try and get an electric heater or like an oil heater or something like that to help warm up the house. Heating this house lasts 2 seconds. I've had it on for an hour and I've turned it off now, but I can just tell you it's going to get cold again in like 20 minutes. So the first book that I read for Believathon the Snow Festival was The Miraculous Sweetmakers, The Frost Fair. And it definitely fits it because, like, with the whole snow festival theme I'm going for with the Frost Fair, it's very similar and it couldn't be more perfect. So I ended up really enjoying this. This is perfect for this time of year. We follow Thomasina, and it's quite traumatic because in the first kind of chapter, I don't think it's an actual chapter, it's like more like a prologue kind of thing. Oh no, it is a chapter 1. Okay, it felt a bit like a prologue. Something quite tragic happens, which, does it say in the summary? Okay, I don't think it says in the summary, so I'll not say what it is. But something tragic happens to her family, and it was just so dark and heavy from the very first chapter. I couldn't believe it. I was on sprints reading this with my patrons on the kickoff sprints, and I remember coming back thinking, wow, like, that was a lot heavier than I was expecting. But stemming from that, because this felt a little bit like Wild Spark by Vashti Hardy, and if you've read Wild Spark, you can probably get a sense of what I'm talking about. But we do have Thomasina. She helps run her father's sweet shop, and her friend Anne as well. They peddle sweets down by like the frozen river and stuff. Honestly, the atmosphere and the way that this town is painted, it is historical too, so I get a sense of the historicalness of it, and it just all added to it, and it was just so sublime. It was like a sublime wintry feel. And she has heard about the Frost Fair, this mystical Frost Fair, which also reminds me a little bit of The Winter Garden by Alexandra Bell, which I read last year. It's an adult book and it was so good. And yeah, so this Frost Fair, apparently Father Winter will be able to grant you any wish you so desire. And Thomasina has the most crucial of wishes that she wants to do. There's a big price to pay for it. Is she willing to go through with it or not? Who knows? But it is, again, like such a great one for this time of year. But it just made Thomasina that more of a relatable character despite her being, a historical character. I think this was like set in the 1660s. So it's a long time ago. Oh no, 1683, sorry. I was close. And I think a lot of kids would enjoy this too. It kept the pace quite nice and fast. Even though it does have a bit of heavier themes, it's still fun, it's still entertaining, and I genuinely think kids would enjoy. I would probably give this like 4.5 out of 5. It's one that I think in a few years' time, if I want to do like this big, epic, middle grade, festive or wintry kind of reading vlog, this would definitely be on there. Cozy and comforting, I guess, is how I would describe it. And I did also read Operation Nativity by Jenny Pearson. This one follows Oscar and Molly, and they have to help Angel Gabriel find Joseph, Mary, Balthazar, a shepherd called Steve, and the donkey before Christmas in order to save Christmas, because if they don't, then Christmas is going to be ruined forever. And this is like such a funny, and you know what, like it had some really great commentary on, I feel like, middle grade in general, in the idea that parents or parent characters, even I guess in just Christmas movies in general, if we have a child protagonist in a Christmas film, for instance, then there are a lot of times when adults will ignore the child because what they say, because of what they say seems to be so outrageous. And there were a lot of funny moments to do with that. I felt almost like a commentary on that. And Jenny Pearson is a absolutely wonderful, amazing comedic writer. And I honestly, as soon as I heard about this one, I did a school event with Jenny back in June or July. It was one of the last shifts I did for Waterstones, and I accompanied them on a school visit. And Sam Copeland told me about this book, like he had just read the proof or something like that, and he was telling me how heartwarming it is, and he was so right. He was so right. Like by the end of this, it's the same with, what did I read last year? Or was it the year before? That gave me like a similar feel to it. It was like comedic, but also like dead heartfelt. It might be in the Christmasaurus by Tom Fletcher, maybe, or Tinsel by Chevelle Pounder, Miracle on Ebenezer Street by Catherine Doll. I mean, I love all of those that I've just mentioned, by the way, but no, this, honestly, it's so good. We actually have like a sort of interweaving between the actual nativity story and the family making their own nativity kind of recreation. And I felt like that was like such a really great way, you know what, it just demonstrated just how skilled of a writer Jenny Pearson is to weave in like some really like heartfelt and well-known Christmas establishments with the standard Jenny Pearson humour. It just all fit. It fit together. Honestly, I would have loved this as a child. If you are thinking of buying a child a book for Christmas, get them this one. Maybe give them it before Christmas so that they can maybe read it on like Christmas Eve or something, to really instill in them the true meaning of Christmas and to give them such a genuinely funny and heartwarming story. I feel like I'm repeating myself with these. I loved it. I would probably give this like 5 stars. Yeah, I think this is like my favourite of the Christmas festive books that I've read. And I usually do like the more fantastical. And while there is like fantastical elements in this, I'm usually more like just like heavy hitting fantasy. But this had that kind of weaved in with the real life, and it was so real and so good. So yeah, enjoyed immensely. Also, I do love Under the Dust Jacket. Middle grade hardbacks do have some of the best Under the Dust Jacket designs, and it's a little understated, but it does encapsulate this story quite well with the little camper van there and the snow and the presents lying everywhere. So yeah, so good. And let me tell you as well, Jenny Pearson, when she did the school event with Sam Copeland, they did the most hilarious event I've ever witnessed with my own eyes. They were so much fun, and it really shows in this book, by the way. It's so fantastic. Loved it. So I didn't actually get to start the Vanderbeekers of 141st Street yesterday. I ended up just... What did I end up doing? I just honestly had a chill day watching YouTube. I watched a few reading sprints, but I was mainly just watching the parts where they were talking, and then as soon as they started sprinting, I went on to someone else's sprint so I could hear them talk. I do this a lot. I need to stop doing that. I need to actually use sprints to read, but I seem to just do the opposite. But I'm excited to start this. I'm definitely going to start this today because it's still very, very early for me. I have to wake up so early now because the house is bitterly cold when I wake up, and I worry about the cats and if they're cold. So I come down as early as I can to turn the heating on so that the house is warm for them and warm for me as well. But I'm excited to start this, like so excited. I've heard fantastic things about this. Can't remember if I told you what it's about, but it is about the Vanderbeekers children. I don't know if they're orphans or if they just live with their parents, but essentially they live in a nice big house, but they are going to be evicted by the landlord, and they are trying to convince their landlord not to evict them before Christmas ends, or something like that. Oh my god, I've never actually opened this book and seen the first page, right? I got this like secondhand off eBay. It's actually like signed and everything with a little drawing from the author. This was for Knightsbridge School. Sincerely, Charlie and Oliver Levenick, it says on there. And it actually has a signature from the author and a little drawing from the author as well. Enjoy 141st Street. Oh wait, hang on. I don't know if that's a stamp or if that is an actual drawing. But it's like a little bunny rabbit. I actually have a signed copy. I mean, it's not for me. It's not for me. It was for Knightsbridge School. Or maybe Charlie and Oliver Levenick got the book signed and then gifted it to Knightsbridge School, because it says for Knightsbridge School, sincerely Charlie and Oliver Levenick. Oh, okay. Honestly, there's a story here. There is a story here. One of the things I love, because I do buy a lot of books off eBay, I get a lot of secondhand books from there. And that's how I have so many books and, you know, still stay with a budget. But it's so nice to say something with a touch of personality to it. And this has a story. This has been passed around. This has been apparently in a school. This belonged to, I think, 2 brothers. And like that's just like the journey this book had to get to me right now. I don't know about you guys, but I think about this a lot. I look at something, I look at maybe like a book like this, and I think, wow, where have you been? You've probably been around the world. It's the same with the New Adventures of Mary Kate and Ashley books I bought from eBay. There were a couple that had people's names in them. And you know how I used to write my own name in my books when I was a kid? And I just think, what's your story? There was actually one of those books that had a note in it. And I read it in a Mary Kate and Ashley vlog that I did earlier this year. And I love stories like that. I love it. So this just makes us feel like so much more special. Oh, I'm so excited to read this now. Oh, I love that.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
I'm currently on sprints with Ashley, Becca and Cody for Patreon, and I have myself a Passion Star Martini as well, just to take the edge off. I'm not gonna lie, I did have a bit of a nap today. When you're snuggling with Ash, for instance, he's just so cuddly, and he demands your entire attention. So I had no choice but to fall asleep with him. But I did manage to finish the Vanderbeekers of 141st Street. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I have been feeling really out of touch with middle grade this year, but I feel like the ones I've read in this vlog have all been super fantastic and have sort of reignited my passion for middle grade. And this one I would probably give 5-star. It was one of those ones where I read and I just felt such cozy and comforting vibes, which I felt the same with, like, say, the Sweetmakers, and even Operation Nativity gave me some cozy vibes too. I feel like middle grade just in general is very cozy. I'm quite cozy right now, but I'm also sweating so much, which is great because usually I've been really cold at this time, so Udi's work. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, but I should be. So get in touch with Udi and say, look, why isn't How to Train Your Gavin being sponsored? To be fair, I ignore like 90% of the sponsorship emails I get. But nonetheless, we're here to talk about the book. For one, they are not orphans. They actually do live with their parents, and they have so many pets as well. They have a dog, a cat, and a rabbit. And all of the kids had such distinct personalities. Even just from the very beginning, like the very first chapter, I felt like we got established who they are in their roles in this family. And it felt almost like cheaper by the dozen in a way with, well, I mean, there aren't that many kids, there's only 5, but it felt the same way where you kind of look at a certain character from Cheaper by the Dozen and you project those traits onto them because that's what you expect from their kind of character behaviors and personalities. It was the same with the Vanderbeekers. They had such strong and distinct personalities, and their efforts to try and get their landlord to renew their lease was just so endearing. Like, that's the main thing about this book, was just how endeared I was by it, by the plot, the characters, the attempt at trying to save their family home. At Christmas time as well, it just hits me so hard. Like, I cry whenever I read about or watch movies where there is like kindness shown. Like, I watched the new Netflix Scrooge film. I can't remember if I mentioned it in this video, but I watched the animated one, and even though it was just okay, I honestly teared up at the end of that just because of the kindness that was shown between people, and that kindness just hits me so hard. And it's the same with this. It hit me so hard. It hit me like a train. Absolutely adorable, and I genuinely do want to get back into reading middle grade next year, and I feel like this vlog, at least the books that I've read in this vlog, have really helped me with deciding that as well. And I've been talking with my patrons as well. I mean, I still do my quarterly camp Believathons, which are just little bite-sized Believathons. We do a week's worth of reading prompts and challenges dedicated to reading children's books in middle grade. But I feel like maybe I do have one more big Believathon in me. Maybe in November 2023, maybe. I'm not saying definitely, but I feel like I'm starting to get that love again for it back. That maybe, just maybe, again, like, do not hold me accountable to what I say, okay? Never do that. I'm drinking Passion Star Martini out of a can from Marks and Spencer's, so I'm not very reliable right now. But I was talking to my parents about this, and I think, yeah, I think maybe I could. And I already have ideas, because I always do. I have ideas constantly. My brain never stops. But middle grade is here to stay. What can I say? I would attempt to read another middle grade in this vlog, but I just feel like I can't push myself too much just yet. I already feel like I need a little break from reading, and I guess I could listen to an audiobook, but at the same time, I feel ready to have a few days off, you know, and like really spend time rejuvenating my batteries and making sure that I don't overdo the middle grade already. It's kind of like step my toe back in. I don't want to jump head first into it just yet, but you know, baby steps. But yeah, these are the 3 books that I read in this vlog. To wrap up then, I read The Miraculous, Sweetmakers, The Frost Fair by Natasha Hastings, illustrated by Alex T. Smith. I never mentioned the illustrations of this one, but I did really like the illustrations. I thought they were very, very good, and they added a little bit more to the story, as a lot of middle grades do when they're illustrated. I also read Operation Nativity by Pearson, illustrated by Catie. Again, illustrations were so well done and so nice. I'm kicking myself when I mentioned them earlier, but they were absolutely lovely, and again, a 5-star book. And finally, The Vanderbeekers of 141st Street by Karina Glaser. And this wasn't illustrated, but it was another 5-star book. It was, sublime. Very successful end to a reading vlog, which I hope was quite successful. I'm getting the Passion Star Martini burps. So that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave all the comments down below. Let me know if you've read any of these middle grades yourself. What are you currently reading? I'd love to know. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be middle grade. But let's chat. Let's talk. I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting my channel, and a huge thank you to my Nevermoorians and Frosthearters patrons for being with me on this Camp Believathon adventure. If you'd like to join my Patreon or follow me on any social media, then all the links are down in the description box. But yeah, I hope I will see you in the next video. Bye.